to the manual cams here. We got the Pooper in the red corner. That man BIZZARE VR in the blue corner. Underway. This is going to be an exciting fight, Solly. Oh, we got to get the timer up.
I think so. We've got, the signature, pupil. Now, not the only one, but Pisser, who fought earlier and did a pretty decent job. Now, you get to see the master at play. Last week coming in here and fighting his own pupil and knocking him out, feeling bad about it. In the end, though, did get caught and technically lost onto the decision.
Oh, 100%.
So
I mean, it was a tearjerker of a moment. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's really good when you can see somebody you've been showing the ropes really perform. And the Pisser fought in that last match with pure heart. This time around, serious business for Big Papa Poop. Taking on BIZZARE VR. Now, Pooper has been shown to be another multi-dimensional fighter here on RIngsideVR. A little bit of one of those guys who are comes off as a jokester, right? Not taking it serious. If you've seen the matches on YouTube, you've seen the thumbnails. He's the inventor of what we call the PKO, right? The Poop KO, where he goes for a TKO and gives you the tea bags. Only to be seen here on the exhibitions, though, because once we have those competitive matches, that kind of taunting will be banned. But right now, BIZZARE VR is standing in his way, landing a significant shot there, giving the Pooper some pause.
Yeah, right now it's exhibition, so we're in street beef, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Something super important, something super important to Ringside and in general, sportsmanship. Undervalued, but it absolutely has an impact and makes the game just better to be around, the digital space to be better in.
Oh, 100%, bro. All right, Cage the GOAT, man, said I'm going to try to play next Sunday. Hey, Cage the GOAT, hey, make sure to lock in. Next Sunday, it's going to be earlier, right? 3 p.m. is going to be those signups. We're going to be trying to remind everybody all week because it's a major change. 5 p.m. start for the stream. But back to this action, round number 1. Pooper on the back foot. BIZZARE VR waving the stand and bang. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the follows. Chronic Virus 420. Excellent name. Now, we got to be careful, though, Solly. The Pooper has been known to give the old rope-a-dope, right? Feigning that he's hurt, feigning that you got the advantage, only to come back with a massive counter shot, and this man does have damage, and there we go!
There it is!
PKO! Look at him.
It was about time. We needed a little action here to wake this crowd up, and they are on their feet.
Man. Look, I tried to warn you guys. The PKO is where it's at. You cannot take your eyes off of the Pooper for a second. This man is a trickster boxer. The trickster god, if you will.
Honestly, I would say the OG, but Pake Jaw did exist before him.
Pake Jaw was one of the original bad boys of RSVR, right? And I would say that while he did have some tricks in him, he didn't have his whole entire stance and style based off of tricking people. I feel like the Pooper is a true rope-a-dope artist, right? Feigns this kind of jokey style, and not to take me seriously. You get lulled into a false sense of security. You gotta keep the mind sharp. You know what I'm saying? But that was just what BIZZARE VR, I think, needed to wake up in this moment, to be honest, right? There was only the first round. But with the first round knockdowns, especially when they're like that, short memories, you got 2 rounds to work with. This is where you got to wise up, all right?
Let's fight.
No, you put it perfectly right now. Being into the adjustment round in a deficit is not ideal, but it is the round that you want to go into it if you're going to be in a deficit.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you got time to work. You got a little bit of data to work with, and you can make the adjustments. Sometimes they're minor, sometimes they're major, but they're situationally, you got to do what you can to improve. And these fighters doing exactly that right now.
100% right now. Pooper now working some movement, trying to get it on the inside. BIZZARE VR being very smart, circling around, but at the end of the day, coming off worse for wear in that exchange. We're seeing the ugly face from BIZZARE VR. Very dangerous position to be in.
You are absolutely right, Supa, and I think this might mean that we are going to be pretty close to another knockdown in a couple of seconds potentially, but potentially for that same reason, both fighters sensing that, taking some time to back off, reset, and now we got ourselves, a slugfest that's turned into an outbox.
Yeah, I mean, Bizarre VR is, he's not going to fall for the same trick twice. You can see that he's very much, this time around, very much aware. Eyes open, keeping those hands up as he approaches the Pooper. The Pooper's got away with one. Let's see if he can try to get another one, or if Bizarre VR is going to try to force him to box now. But the interesting thing about the Pooper is, Pooper's not going to just do something foolish, right? People can try to lull into a little, a little slugfest. But the Pooper, if you notice, he's always fighting on the back foot. He's always letting Bizarre VR get just in range. He's not letting him cross that void very easily.
Very, almost territorial kind of style fighting, right?
Yeah,
it's not necessarily protecting, right? It's not necessarily protecting any space in the ring, but it's protecting the space between you and your opponent very, very diligently. And it's, a great technique to use in real boxing, in VR boxing. When people get to cross that space for free, that means they get to punch at you for free.
Yeah. And right now you can see Bizarre VR, man, really wanting to get within range. Pooper not letting him get there. And even then, when Pooper gets in close, Pooper has a ton of tricks, right? He's gotten ahead. He's keeping the points in. He's going to try to burn it down because the Pooper does have a lot of damage in his hands. So I think right now he's feeling very confident in the fact that he can land those shots and run away and burn the clock down to add more emotional damage.
One of our favorites.
All right, let's see what the Bizarre VR is going to be able to do last couple of seconds in this round.
I know you gotta listen. You put me on for the green. I know you like your colors.
Look. This is my favorite. Bizarre VR is literally wearing. Oh my God! This man is wearing nothing but leather right now from the Pooper. Out of nowhere, last of the round, Pooper explodes, switching up the style on him, an overwhelming Bizarre VR. And again, another rope-a-dope tactic. The entirety of that last round, the Pooper spent it playing coy, playing passive, lulling his opponent in to a false sense of security, and right there at the edge just explodes on Bizarre VR. If you're Bizarre VR at this point, guys, you gotta be like, what just happened? You don't even know where to defend yourself or how to approach the next round. It's gotta be very frustrating.
It's gotta be, but I think, as you say often going into the second round, I think, right, you just gotta have a short attention span, or maybe more accurately at this point, right, a selective attention span.
Hey, Fear, you know what I mean, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta say no Diddy on that, but god dang it, now to realize what I said. Commentators curse, bro.
It's too late. We're tired. I'm falling asleep. We're not because of the fight, but it's just been a lot of boxing and
we stayed
consecutively
up entirely
and
too late watching that fight yesterday. Entirely too late. If y'all know, you know. That was worth staying up late for. Back into the action, round number 3. This time Bizarre VR comes out of the corner with some conviction in his eyes, being made a fool of twice in this match. Let's see if the Pooper can get him again, and down goes Bizarre VR. The Pooper turning the aggression on Bizarre VR. Now, Bizarre VR is all the way in the Genjutsu. He's all the way in the mix-up, taking the whole bait, walking directly in. Pooper out here playing chess, not checkers. Now he's got Bizarre VR in his world. This is all Pooper's match. That's
this
the
is
first thing
definitely
I heard milliseconds after joining. And then again,
there it is.
Bizarre VR goes
there
down.
Not much more I can add to that, Supa. I mean, you said it there. Pooper is locked in. He is just cooking at this point, and his meal is Bizarre VR.
And look, plenty of time to work with. Bizarre VR in dire straits right now. Pooper looking to finish this off in explosive fashion for the TKO. He's got to be careful, though. Bizarre VR does have the hands. Terrell McKnight Jr. with the 5 roses. Appreciate it, bro. And now we're here for a slugfest.
Yes, indeed.
Pooper now giving Bizarre VR the fight that he wanted right there at the end, dangling this type of action right in front of him the entire time. The Pooper hurt, though. Gotta weather the storm. Don't want to mess up this streak that he's on.
No, you do not, and it's been, you know, such a good fight, and you just want to close it out smooth like that, maybe even with a nice KO yourself. But those, you know, those knockbacks, those knockdowns that people get when they're chasing for their own KOs, those, you know, like they put a big mark on your W.
Look, if Pooper was fighting like this the whole match, BIZZARE VR would definitely be, it would be a whole different fight right now. Pooper on the back foot after these short exchanges. This is what BIZZARE VR wanted. He wanted to stand and bang. He wanted to showcase that power that he has in the technique. But right now, man, again, too little, too late. Bryce with the follow. Appreciate it. Isaac Trowell, how do I join? Big C with the poop. Isaac Trowell, all you got to do is join the RIngsideVR Discord, man. I'm going to drop a link for you in the chat right now. Pooper with 30 seconds left on the clock. He's got BIZZARE VR hurt. A little slack jawed, but ooh, big strike coming down the pipe from the Pooper. Big C. Hey, better late than never, bro. Better late than never. Both boxers deciding to just go all out right now. And if you're Pooper, why not? There's nothing that can be too bad that can happen that can endanger this fight, and just give the fans what they want at the end of this fight, which is a slugfest.
Absolutely. No, very much little to no risk, all reward. Just have fun with it. But both fighters making it to the end, but not questioning here who the decision is going to.
Oh, Arlo with the $5. It's Conquest. Just showing some love and support. Appreciate it, Conquest, with the super support. Appreciate it, man. Yes, Big C, absolutely. Let's take a look at the details of this card. The Poopers, perfect scores on the SAT. I mean, just a well-executed game plan from the trickster god himself. Big Poop, the unscoopable Poop, has not been scooped yet, except for by his own student. 10-8, 10-8, and then a beautiful 10-7 round. Big C says, yeah, that's my guy right there. Let's take a look at the knockdowns. Pooper, one knockdown, the surprise knockdown, right, in the first round, the tricky knockdown in the second round, and then the reverse Uno knockdown in the third round. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. Taking a look at the damage, very close in the first round, 676 to 644. The Pooper just edging that one out. Again, another close round. I mean, almost identical damage, 542 to 541. Honestly, I've never seen anybody win by 1 point of damage. And then 1387 going to BIZZARE VR to 1240. BIZZARE VR, of course, coming in here being the more powerful fighter, but you know what I'm saying? Brains definitely beat Brawn this day. 2573 to 2457 was the final damage. But now it is your winner out of the red corner, the unscoopable Pooper. Chat, how y'all feeling about that? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me go and talk to the homies real quick, man. I'm feeling energized about that. Yeah, my mic did cut out. I was giving a little too much energy on that one. But yo, guys, I gotta hear from y'all. We got BIZZARE VR, we got Pooper. Whoever wants to talk first, I got you, bro.
Yo, you hear me?
That boy Poop, what's good?
Great fight, bro. BIZZARE, great fighter, bro. I thought I was about to lose so bad, cause he whipped me the other day and stuff. But like, I just had to figure out some type of game plan, cause he was piecing me up in the first round, so I had to figure something out. And bro, great fight. Like, not much I can say, bro. Great fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight indeed. I mean, this fight was honestly very entertaining for me, right? I knew BIZZARE VR was going to come in here with the power, right? I knew you had power too, so it was going to be interesting to see how you were going to take this. Now, the interesting part is, a lot of people, like I say, man, you're able to lull them into a false sense of security just by like how you box, right? You know, it's like you're having fun out there. People don't expect that much from you. You were able to get away with two very tricky knockouts in the first and second round. Was your strategy to deal with the power of BIZZARE VR, you know what I'm saying, to kind of lull him into a false sense of security, or did that just happen by happenstance?
I just try to, like, you know, hit him with as much power shots as I can, because I know I can't really piece him up that well, because he has great defense. Like, he blocks his body like almost entirely, and not much of his face is open. But I found an opening on the right side of his face that I could land my right hook on, and that's what really put him to sleep in the first.
It's the first,
Yeah.
it's the first knockdown, dude. And it was great, man. I think, you know, like you came out smooth. You executed a game plan very well. Came out with a dub, spectacular fashion. And I mean, like, come on. There were some times even we were just like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen in this round. And boom, out of nowhere, you just exploded. I think, you know, like, you know, no Diddy, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Hey yo. But no.
One more thing before I go.
Go ahead, bro.
So like, you know how I fought Pisser and stuff, and I lost. I lost, but like, I want to rematch him. He's kind of running because you know I would actually win, but I want to fight him and see how he'd do if I actually try. So yeah, that's a good match. The Pisser versus the Pooper 2.
Okay.
I need to fight Tornado again. There's a lot of people I need to fight, but yeah. Y'all have a good one, bro. It was a great fight.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great night, man.
Have a good day,
Unc.
Unc.
Coming through. Appreciate it, bro. You already know. You know what I'm saying? PvP 2, yes, big C. PvP 2. You know what I mean? All right, let's talk to the homie. Let's go. Oh, let me go jump in on Discord here. All right, we got Clint. BIZZARE VR. What's good, bro?
Yo.
All right, BIZZARE VR, man. You had the power. You've beaten the Pooper before. This time around, things just didn't quite go that way. Were you surprised with how the Pooper approached the match?
I'll say it wasn't in my favor of fighting, but yeah. Because I wasn't really going for the game plan of outboxing. You know, when I fight people, I'm trying to go for in. Depending on my game plan, it wasn't going in the favor of mine. And you know, me and him both got power in our hooks. So me covering my head and not blocking the body as much as I did, he already kind of had the outcome that was coming.
Yeah, no, it was tough. I mean, there was only so many ways he could face an opponent like you. You guys are very even in power. I would say you'd come out with more power, but you've got more speed and more punch volume than he does, right? So he definitely could not fight you standing toe-to-toe. He would have lost that. We saw it in the third round where you're able to actually out-damage him. I mean, to be honest, you out-damaged him throughout the entire round, right? Through all 3 matches, you came out on top. So now it's just got to work on dealing with those tricky outboxers, man. You know, and I think the only thing that I could say is that there was a couple times where, you know, when you're fighting an outboxer, it's like a patience game, right? Especially if they're moving back a lot, and then he just waited for the small moment where your hands dropped, and he just, it was just crazy. But, you know, it is what it is, bro. It was a great fight nonetheless. BIZZARE VR, appreciate you for coming through, man. We're going to keep it pushing. I'm going to go ahead and help the homies